Hello, viewers. I'm SB,
And I'm Amabel.
and welcome back to The Rise of Golden Idol, the Lemurian Vampire. Golden Idol cases. Vampire. It's the welcome,
Phoenix?
welcome, Phoenix. Phoenix. Where'd vampire come from?
I don't know. Jean Grey's the Phoenix, Storm's the vampire. X-Men!
I'll never be able to keep this straight. All right, Ascension. A secret is unearthed at Koi's temple. I pressed anywhere. It's taking a minute to continue. Pressing.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, so we got a couple of different time periods in this one.
Okay.
So let's see here. What do we got first? Lots of waterfall proclamations. This is, of course, a familiar tablet over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and that is all the same. New tablet. January 3rd, 1941. Sincere gifts are to be distinguished from donations. First Sentinels may permit the former. A First Sentinel need only relinquish all material possessions and wealth once in his lifetime. From then onward, he may keep whatever the universe bestows upon him, provided it is for the benefit of all. January 3rd, 1941. First Sentinel Pravi Nagasai will live forever through his favored son, Koi. August 2nd, 1945. First Sentinel Koi Nagasai must spread his love to his female followers, who are to embrace this honor.
I don't like that.
Okay, we got some heavy machinery here, all with the same logo on it. You see all those planters down there? They're going on the stairs, a row at each side. That's your job for this afternoon. You can carry on with the roof ones tomorrow. Foreman, I need to borrow Betsy again. Treat your boys to lunch at the new pub in town today, on me. Take your time, keep the change. Okay, and yeah, there's currency as well. Flower pots on stairs. I'm on it. Leftovers in a foil swan. Someone up here, the roof planters. Oh, hey, we know you. That's it. That explains the discrepancy. I'm going to have to talk to him about this. It has to stop. He's got an inhaler and a floor plan, not for this building, certainly.
No.
Is that everything out here? It looks to be. Step inside. Okay, well, this is something. Something is occurring here. That's a lot of car keys. A lot of fancy car keys. Congratulations, Dedicants. Today you will all progress to level 9, granting you access to some of Lemuria's most ancient knowledge. The process will begin with a demonstration. While in a deep trance, I will activate this ancient relic with my mind, and you shall witness its miraculous powers. Tell no one what you see, for they are not ready. Afterwards, you will renounce your old life and embrace your new name, which the universe has chosen for you. Let us begin. So, we have a little device here. A golden idol. Not the golden idol, though. Worth noting.
Okay. Is the Golden Idol a big deal in these games?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
The golden idol that all of the games are named after? Yeah, a little bit.
All I know is it says somebody on fire. That's my only...
Yeah, you saw that. Amazing. What an honor it is to witness this. Your new name is Nali Jarati, meaning coddled one. All right, sort of a backhanded new name there. Astonishing. His mind and body must be in perfect sync with the universe. Your new name is Fez Relaki, meaning wise one. Incredible. Your new name is Peggy Hill, meaning naive one. I mean, that actually kind of fits. Unbelievable. This changes everything. Your new name is Sarita Shona, meaning independent one.
I'm going to remind people that she does not read the comments, so no, she did not see the Peggy Hill joke that people made on the first episode.
Was there one?
Material. Yeah.
Okay.
The original material.
Sounds of chanting and drumming are blasting from the speakers. And here we have... Okay. Fire extinguisher, a CO2 fire extinguisher, because they use gas in the fire extinguishers. And that is this building, I think. All right, so I believe we have now hit all of the stuff in this time period. 3 p.m. It would seem to me.
Is this time thing something they've done before in the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, fast forward 5 hours. Okay, all the work crews are gone. All the flower pots got laid out, the planters. And the lights are on inside. Ori's camp? That snake. Say, it's freezing in here. Do you mind if I close the window? It is like visibly beginning to snow outside. Being so perceptive, I expect you already know that our comrade has sadly left for Ori's camp. Never struck me as the type, to be honest. So he's got still his key ring, but with one fewer key. Presumably the key to Betsy. He's got that crumpled up piece of paper. He's got that piece of paper crumpled up. Helen Martin, desperate to shake mommy and daddy's little princess image, responds to flattery. Lizzie Young, strong thirst for knowledge, liable to stop donating if she thinks she's learned everything. Nina Lavelle, fears appearing foolish, easy to manipulate through validation. And Maggie Carter, wants to prove she can handle herself, seeks to impress when subtly undermined.
There's still a blue tab.
Yep. Gresto Nosy, father's scribe since the beginning, strong believer. Good to have in an inner circle, just don't let him overstep his bounds. Has been showing signs of doubt lately. Keep an eye on him. And Jamati Pira, reliable ever since he showed up here. Had opportunity to turn on me early on, but proved his loyalty and worth that day. Not too bright, but useful servant, does as told, no questions asked. What a normal bunch of things to write down about people. Furniture expenses, 1x birdcage plus cover, 200 something. This is the spring line here, I guess. A runner rug in the autumn range, and a runner rug in the spring range. Also, down here we have a similar floor plan. Encyclopedias and diaries. It's interesting that the diaries are color-coded.
Yeah.
What is this? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, there's a letter missing, right? There's only 25.
Oh, okay. L-N-O-P-Q-R-S-T-U-V.
Yeah, the V is missing. Although, that V is clearly this color.
Oh, what a sneak. What a sneak.
So diary volume 5 is probably missing. Did I get everything in here? Looks like it. Oh no, the birdcage.
Birdcage.
The bird! This bird is not breathing! Finally, we found our murder for the episode. And then in the garage here. Once this is done, I can finally rest. You'll need this when you get there. Dispose of this note once you're done. There's Diary Volume 5. Last night, I was once again haunted by my dark secret in my sleep. Will this recurring nightmare never cease? As so often before, my father's specter entered my room when darkness fell. He lifted a finger to his lips and whispered, "You will pay for what you did to me. A life for a life."
Don't write down your... Everyone listening to this, don't write down your crimes.
Nor the cryptic dreams you have about your crimes, because that's very clearly what that's about. JP has permission to leave the compound walls until 11 p.m., signed KN. That's not really how signing things works, but whatever, he's the cult leader. And then we got... Pardon me, we got some car keys. That's an interesting way of writing the name of the car, or the name of the company. This is a Bellator. Here we have a Larus. And then on the wall, of course, another one of these. So we missed a spot somewhere. We have all the words, but there's something we didn't click on somewhere. And it's not something terribly important, probably because there are no words associated with it. But you know, everything has potentially some information.
You think it's back in the other time?
I totally might be.
Okay, and then the fire extinguishers have different gauges.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. That's an interesting point.
Because the other one was full. I'm not sure about this one also is full, yeah.
Okay, yeah. We read everybody's notes. And wouldn't you know it, it's going to turn out to be critically important somehow. But I guess we'll have to find it somehow. I don't know. All right. Let's figure out some names here. So there's a couple of things that we know, obviously, right off the top. Gresto Nosy, right?
Yeah.
And then...
That's Paragematai, the guy...
Yeah.
Was that the name?
Yeah. Jamati Pira. I was gonna say I couldn't remember which order they were in. All right, so naive one, independent one, coddled one, and wise one.
Well, the independent one's gonna be Helen Martin, right?
You would think so, yes. Seeks to impress when subtly undermined, I think probably fits the coddled one. This is the only one. Well, coddled one and naive one, I guess, are both negative. Nina is easy to manipulate through validation. So she's probably the other directly complementary one.
Yeah, I think so.
Strong thirst for knowledge, liable to stop donating. She's going to be the
right?
naive one, yeah. And then that makes you Maggie Carter. That's pretty straightforward. That's pretty easy. Okay, so the story of what's going on here, which is kind of not entirely obvious to me at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Someone discovered that someone was being verbed by something. So this probably relates to Gresto Nosy's. Yeah, this explains the discrepancy. I'm gonna have to talk to him about this. It has to stop, right? This is Gresto Nosy discovers that someone is being verbed.
Okay.
I felt fairly confident about that. When confronted about this, Coy, right?
Yeah.
Verb, someone with a thing. So we actually have a pretty small number of verbs here. We're gonna have some help on the grammar just from the small number of possible constructions in each case.
Well, I don't know if we can kind of depend on the grammar in this, but I know what you mean.
Well, no, we definitely can. Right, like name discovered that name was being verbed by a noun. The verbs here are blasted, banished, haunted, struck, disposed of, and lifted. Right?
Oh.
Half of those we can banish. Half of those we can disable immediately, just based on the fact that they don't make any goddamn sense in the structure of the sentence. Right?
It's. I'm gonna assume,
Uh-huh.
and you can tell me that like where are you getting this from, but it's discovered that Koi was being lifted by something because he's not flying.
Where are you coming up with this? You told me I was allowed to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that's very sensible.
I base that on the logical thing that people don't float.
Yeah. So the golden idol that we are familiar with has the ability to cause a number of definitely magical occurrences. And we have here a new idol that is not the idol we're familiar with. But it might be nothing. It might be like charlatan nonsense. And there's certainly a lot of that going around in the setting. So what is it that he has actually discovered, I think, is the question. This is just the studio?
Yeah.
4 windows on each side. Yeah. Yeah, so this is just the studio. Why do you have just a drawing of the studio? That explains the discrepancy. So the key... Hold on. The key that's missing from his car keys later is this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What's up?
Is he being lifted by a forklift? No.
So this key is on your key ring later, and it's... I mean, the logo is this, right? It's this key that he doesn't have later. So here we have a shovel. We have one of the area rugs. This is,
Okay.
Foul play is my suspicion. Amabel.
That poor bird.
Yep, that's exactly what I meant. I mean, the forklift is right here, right? All of the...
Yeah, so he's...
but there is a second forklift in the nighttime shot. Yeah, maybe it could be that the forklift has got him behind the scenes somehow. You would think... I mean, yeah, okay, sounds of chanting and drumming are blasting from the speakers, because you would think that would be loud. So he's using the chanting and drumming to blow the sound out. I think that you are onto the thing that he is pulling off here. Being lifted by a forklift in a recurring nightmare. In a mind smoke.
In a tiny room. In a
secret
room?
Bottle. I mean, it's not a secret room. It's a very large, easily visible room. But it's like a secret ceremony. It's like boy, what even makes sense here?
Well, I mean, it has to do with the discrepancy. Wait, can you go back to the blueprint?
Boy, not easily.
Well, I didn't say it'd be easy. Right, yeah. The blueprint only has 4 windows on each side, and there's a 5th window. So I think there is like another
Right, and it's green white.
room
So
that has the
yeah,
forklift.
there's a green window behind this. Yeah, you're right. You are right on. So the forklift is in a sort of a secret space behind. The secret room is I think a funny way to describe this. So like
Yeah.
if we look at the blueprints here, yeah, the blueprints do not make room for that. The blueprints have this room extending all the way to the wall of the garage. But like it's not a secret. Okay.
Like
It's
a
not
secret
it's
chamber.
not a secret room. He's just hung a cloth across the room that everybody knows is there. Secret room feels very dramatic to me. I agree with you that it's like the only thing that fits. Like honestly, no matter what the rest of the text of this is, this word here almost has to be room just grammatically.
Yeah.
Alright, so when confronted about this, Koi Nagasai first blasted Grestonozi with a fire extinguisher. Right?
Okay.
CO2, he CO2 boy. Is it he CO2'd him because he has we know he has an inhaler. His lungs are just they're so vulnerable.
Is
Could
that why the bird died? Is like a canary at a
I guess so. Because it was
Canary
the
CO2. The one
famously
weird trick canaries ate.
yeah, because this is the one room that's where it's empty. Why is the window open?
Probably because of to get rid of the CO2, the smoke.
I mean, there's not gonna be any smoke, right? Like, CO2 is not visible ordinarily.
Okay, well,
Amabel, you exhale CO2.
right.
CO2 is not ordinarily visible, and it doesn't necessarily have a smell.
Oh boy, the comment's gonna have fun with that.
What?
Tell me how dumb I am, commenters. I love it.
Everybody,
Talking to you.
everybody, be nice, because I'm having a bad fucking week, and I'm not going to say that I will come to people's houses based on your IP, but just be nice.
So he ordered that the body be disposed of
the
by
body
the
be
other
disposed
guy,
of,
right?
Yeah, obviously. This part is quite obvious. Jamati Pira, right? I had this in the right order that time. Yes. Okay.
All right.
So do we like he blasts him with the fire extinguisher and then?
Okay. Well, you have that whole sentence then.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what the. Yeah, Val.
Okay.
The minor procedural stuff is not that interesting to me. I'm trying to solve the puzzle.
All right. It makes it easier for me to hold on to the puzzle when I see the parts that are filled in.
I'm sorry. So the thing is, what we have to figure out though is it blasted him with the fire extinguisher and then did something else to him?
And then he struck him with the fire extinguisher. Because look, the fire extinguisher's wobble. Look at the wobble.
The wobble.
It's like damaged.
It's like damaged. You're not wrong. Well, hold on. What does the one in here look like? Yeah, okay. The damage to it doesn't really make a lot of visual sense to me. It's like there's like it exposed wire underneath it. What the fuck is supposed to? How are we supposed to understand what's happened here?
I mean, I think the thing's supposed to be like crinkled in from the guy's head.
But like, no, it's not.
Very head shape, but
no, it's not. Unless he has the hardest head in the universe.
The game is wrong. I understand.
There absolutely would not be physical damage from that. So the guy came in here and yelled at him, and he was like, "Brah!" and he blasted him with the thing, and it killed the canary because the canary is so sensitive to gases, which is, I don't know if that is a sensible way for that to work or not. It seems very silly to me, but I mean, you know, obviously canaries are famous.
Oh, the idol. The idol.
I didn't click on the idol the second time.
Okay.
That's what it was. It just said idol again, but it is true that that's there, and I didn't click on it. It's like I'm not 100% opposed to your reading here. I'm just trying to make sure.
Yeah, then Koi struck.
It does seem like it. I think that is really dumb, if I may. I think that they demonstrated the striking in a really stupid way. That's a very easy case, though.
Yeah.
When Gresto revealed that he had figured out how Koi's levitation trick worked, Koi feared Gresto might expose him as a fraud. Knowing Gresto to be asthmatic, Koi blasted him in the face with carbon dioxide, killing his own pet bird in the crossfire. It's not crossfire if only one person's shooting. That does not allow for the creation of a... Okay. With Gresto debilitated and gasping for air, Koi bludgeoned him over the head with the heavy fire extinguisher, killing him instantly and also somehow damaging the fire extinguisher in the process. Okay. Maybe the damage is supposed to be from having detached it from the wall or something. Maybe like he ripped off part of the... I don't know.
Here's my problem with this.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see the little bird in the picture. Just like fly through it. And I feel like it's a lost opportunity there.
Yeah, knowing Gresto to be asthmatic, Koi decided to blast him in the face with a carbon dioxide fire extinguisher is also kind of stupid. And like the thing is, I want to be very clear about how I say this. That wouldn't work in the sense that like him being asthmatic isn't going to make him go like, "Oh no, the mixture of the air in front of my face changed a little bit." But it would work just in the same way it would work on literally anyone.
Yeah.
You know, like if you just blast somebody with a fire extinguisher, anybody's going to be like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" and like off kilter for a second. Him being asthmatic does not have anything to do with what happened here, I guess is all I'm saying. Yeah. It's just like a weird... Amabel?
Yeah. So how does this work? Do we do one scenario per episode?
We do one scenario per episode.
Okay.
There's a little thing here. But I do want to say, I do think that case is just kind of really dumb. Noble citizens of Lemuria, my father has brought great shame on the Manzek family. I assure you, my vision for this fine country bears no relation to his. To demonstrate my commitment to our ancient traditions, my first act as king shall be to appoint none other than the first sentinel Pravi Nagasai, he who has fulfilled the ancient prophecy, to the position of royal spiritual advisor. In this role, first sentinel Nagasai shall have access to me in a way few others are permitted. Twice a year before each solstice, he shall meet with me privately to help shape the path I lay out for our nation over the following period. From this day forth, no monarch shall be without his or her spiritual advisor, always the first sentinel of the day. Let us never forget our spiritual roots, for we are not Westerners, but proud Lemurians. Okay. So, a little bit more sort of footing for what is to come there, I think. And I think that's going to be it for us for today. Because like if the next one, if we went and did the next one and it turned out to be like an hour's worth of work, I would be somewhat put out by that at this point. Right. I don't know that I have another hour on top of that. And if it turns out to be even more, you know.
Can I ask you a question before we conclude? Who are we in these games? Like what is our...
We're not anyone. We're just sort of like a witness to the procedural, like, you know, we're the readers of the book. We're not a character in the world.
None of these people will ever face justice for their murders. You just kind of witness the way stuff happens.
It tends to be the case. Justice is, I don't know about the word justice, but it tends to be the case there are consequences.
Okay.
There usually is a sort of a poetical thing what occurs by the end.
Because, like, I actually don't care about that guy killing the guy, like, whatever. But he's a creep. He's a creep to women. I don't like that.
I'm not going to go so far as to say that his uppance will definitely come, but I expect something bad to happen to Koinagasai by the end of these cases. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. I do want to say before we get out here, I feel like you basically did almost that entire case by yourself and very quickly. So good work. I just want to take a second to acknowledge that you did a real good job there. All right, when we come back,
occasionally observant.
when we come back next time, the fourth case of the Lemurian Phoenix. Vampire? Phoenix?
I mean, they're the same thing, really.
Okay, Amabel refuses to answer the question. Come back for whatever that is, and we'll see you then.